Okay guys, as you can tell in the title, I'm doing a comparison video between two budget Framelock knives. These knives are highly popular. The one on top is the Kershaw Cryo, the one below it is the CRKT Drifter. The Cryo is wildly popular now because it's modeled after a Hinder design, and Hinder knives, they run 500 plus. The CRKT knife is they're both Chinese made. The CRKT knife is modeled after the San Remu knives. It also has a resemblance sort of to a poor man's Sebenza, and that's what it's been referred to. However, okay, anyway, similarities, both the knives are 6.5 inches long. They both have 2 3/4 inch blades. They are both open pillar construction, as you can see here, which just allows for ease of cleaning. They have, you see there's 3 pillars in this one. This one has 2. They're both frame locks. The lockup on the frame lock, as you see here, is a little less than half, which is good. This knife, the Cryo, has about the same. They both have about 40% lockup, which is fantastic for a knife. I can't remember if I went over this already. They both have dual ambidextrous thumb studs. They're terraced, perfect pocket clips. Okay, lanyard holds, obviously. Obviously, you can see they both have a titanium coating on the handles. And the Cryo has a coating on the blade, while the CRKT does not. And we will start with the differences now, since we broke into the blades have different coatings. As you can see, the satin finish blade versus the coated blade. The CRKT, even though it has the same length blade as the Kershaw, it has more blade cutting area. This one pretty much has a full 2 3/4 inch blade to cut with, while this knife you're probably getting more like 2 5/8. Not a big deal, but a lot of people want the more cutting edge, and obviously you get more cutting edge with this knife than you do with this one. The CRKT has the high hollow ground cut with a drop point knife. The Hinder design is seems to be a high hollow grind with a swedge. This knife is assisted opening, while this knife is a manual knife. And I'll demonstrate the opening facility. This one you open by the flipper here, pretty quick, or you can use thumb studs. Trying to go on camera here. There we go. Pretty fast. This knife is actuated by the thumb studs. This one just opens up smoothly. This one feels better because of the manual. I personally like manual knives better than assisted because the mechanism can fail. Once again, then the knife, if you can take the torsion bar, because what happened on a Kershaw knife, there's a spring bar in here to hold the tension when you close the knife, and obviously when you hit it, it releases it and it flings the blade out. You can remove the torsion bar. If you look up It's a Wonderful Knife video, he shows you taking the knife out, but when you go to close it, you have to tighten the crap out of the blade. And as you can see here, the detent in the knife is amazing. It doesn't fling out. And if you take the tension bar out of it, the knife it has the ability to open up in your pocket when you don't want it to. The detent on this knife is good. It doesn't open up at all. It stays fucking shut. But boom, fast. Okay, let's go on to jimping. As you can see, if you can see from the camera, and the lighting sucks on this phone. Okay. This knife, the Cryo, you get jimping on the blade as well as the handle. Shit. As you look at the Drifter knife, you only get on the blade. So the Cryo wins on that because you get a lot more purchase in your thumb. There's more room for you to grip, so you're not going to saw it up. Also, this knife has the flipper, which acts as a finger guard, which is very nice. So your hand's not going to slip up on the blade if you're cutting something aggressively. This knife has a little bit of a finger guard here, a little choil. Not much, but this knife seems more like a gentleman's knife. You know, just something you can have in your pocket and some slacks and the like. Anyway, there's some jimping on this frame, the bottom of the frame lock. This knife does not have jimping. It has it on the bottom of the handle, which I honestly don't know why it's there. I guess to lock in your ring finger, but you can't really do anything with it in reverse grip. It'd be nice to have, instead of having jimping here, to have it here. So if you're holding it in reverse grip for any reason, maybe, but anyway. This knife has black hardware. The CRKT has a matte gray color on their hardware, as you can see in the pivot heads. This is black and this is gray. Onto the big difference. This is the killer for me on the CRKT, is having, you can only carry the knife in tip down carry. That's the only side you get the pocket clip on. You can't adjust it to the other side. On the Kershaw Cryo, you get 4-way position. You can see here, which that's, every knife needs that. I don't know why companies don't put, if it has a pocket clip, make it where you can put it on every side. It's not that hard to drill some holes on there. Anyway, as you can see here, the way this knife comes, it comes tip down. The clip itself is a fold-over design. The retention on this thing does not move. I mean, it sucks. It does suck trying to get out of your pocket because it sticks so tightly to your pocket. I mean, you barely get the move. CRKT is about the same, but there's a little more play in there. This one is tight. If I had to get a knock against a pocket clip, it's because this thing is super tight. Anyway, when it's in tip down carry, it's a deep pocket carry, which for easy concealment. And a lot of people like tip down or easy concealment, so that's nice. And when you go to flip it with tip up carry, it leaves about 1/2 inch, just like the CRKT knife. So that's a knock against this knife, is you can't put it, tip up, 4-way position. So not a big thing, but this knife also has the lock bar stabilizer, which I don't think it really does much on this knife. I mean, you're not really going to overextend a knife anyway. So overall, going through all the stuff, I think the Cryo is the better of the two knives, in my opinion. Yeah, it just looks, to me, it looks better. Even though this knife you get more cutting edge, this knife just feels good. It's by far the best stainless steel Framelock knife out there, in my opinion, until the Cryo 2 comes out, which it'll probably replace this one. For a $30 knife that's built to this quality, and same with this knife too. I mean, this knife is no pushover either. This knife is fantastic. So I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. It's just, in my opinion, with the assisted opening mechanism, even though I like the manual, the assisted opening on this knife is really well made. I haven't had any problems with it yet. The Framelock spectacular. The 4-way position pocket clip, the lock bar stabilizer, the finger guard, the jimping. Overall, the blade design itself, I like the blade design on this one. It looks a little better compared to, this is a classic design. It's still nice, but so overall, as you can see here, you can't go wrong with either one. But to me, the Cryo wins hands down as the probably the best budget Framelock you can get. Hope you liked the video. Hope I was informative. If there's any criticism, just let me know. I know I tend to mumble a lot in my videos. My dialect on my accent is pretty bad, but hope you enjoyed the knife review. And if you have any suggestions or comments, just leave them below, or just yeah, you know what to do. So take it easy and have a nice day, and I'll post more videos soon. Thank you.